right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we are actually live in full effect with multi-platinum hip-hop artist and the official hype man for the one and only Twista. We got B-Hype, TheVerbal, right here, live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
Man, I'm good, man. I can't complain. I'm blessed. How about you guys?
Hey, man, doing best as we can possibly be down here in Canada, man. I have to ask, how's everything out there in Chicago, man? I know that these past couple years, man, have been crazy for the entire globe.
Oh yeah, man. It's lightened up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So everything is starting to get back to normal.
And I have to ask, man, are they doing concerts out there actually in Chi-Town now? Are you guys getting back into the shows?
Yeah, we're getting all back into it, back into the swing of things. Slowly but surely, but they are happening.
But B-Hype, I know you're a busy guy, man, so I'm going to dive right into this broadcast, but I want to take you back to the beginning of your iconic career this far, and I have to ask, what actually made you decide to pursue a career in the music industry initially? Like, what first got you into the music?
Twista. Flat out, plain as day. Twista, you know, he was into the music when we were younger. He was always into the rap, so, you know, he brought me along on board, you know what I'm saying? And we was like 12, 13 years old, you know what I'm saying? And, man, at a young age, because we signed our first deal in 91. But we was rapping before then, but we got our deal in 91. And from 91 on, I've been this hype man ever since, just, you know, setting that legacy for Chicago.
And I have to ask as well, because as we already know, you're his hype man, like you just mentioned and whatnot. So when you actually became his hype man back in the early 90s, like I'm sure you guys toured the entire globe together. I know this might sound like a cliche type of question, man, but as you already know, when you're on the road and doing concerts, you always have a story to tell when you come off tour. What is one of the most craziest stories and experiences that you actually shared with Twista while on tour?
Going to Iraq to perform for the soldiers. That was amazing, doing that for the soldiers, you know what I'm saying, for the country, you know, and we feel like that was part of our duty to do what we need to do for the soldiers. So we did that in '08, and then we did it again in 2012. So we went twice. Actually, in '08 when we went, they were still warring and shooting, and we had to have our bulletproof vests on and with the helmets and everything. So it was real crazy and scary at the same time, but all the soldiers were like, man, we glad they left the rap over here because they was doing a lot of country music and stuff like that. So to bring some hip-hop over there, and a lot of rap artists were scared to go over there. But by us being from Chicago, we said, come on, let's go, let's do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it's like we doing it for our country, too.
And I have to ask, when you were over there, like you said, you had to wear like bulletproof vests, the helmets and whatnot. There was a lot of security measures. But was there ever actually a security breach or some sort of an attack close to the base you guys were performing at?
Actually, you know, it was a couple of bullets fly here and there when we were at Saddam Hussein Palace. You know, a couple of bullets hit the building and everything, but they made sure we were safe and we got down and everything. But for the most part, that was pretty much it because they had it so well secured over there to make sure we were straight when we came over there.
When those bullets hit the building, did you guys hear that when you were actually on stage, or did you guys get told, you know, a couple bullets hit the building, you know, like after you guys got done your performance?
Oh no, we wasn't even performing when we heard that. We were just probably one of the first time we actually was over there, finding out where we were staying at, you know, and I think we was about to have lunch or something, and they like, man, a couple bullets hit the building, man. So we want to make sure everybody's secure. But during each performance, wasn't nothing that going on. You know, we was over there for 2 weeks at a time, going to each Army base, you know, Navy base, whatever it was. We was going to each base and performing for the soldiers, and we was over there for like 2 weeks. But everything was real secure.
And also as well, man, in the year 1997, you actually earned your first platinum record when you were actually featured on Twista's album Adrenaline Rush on the song Corrupt World. I was wondering if you can actually shed some light on this particular release, and of course, what was it like just putting that phenomenal record together with the one and only Twista?
Actually, Twista wrote my verse and everything, and the whole thing was, you know, I lost my father in a fire during that time, you know, and Twista was by my side during the whole time. You know, they came and got my father, for smoke inhalation and everything. And when the ambulance came back and let us know that he didn't make it, everything, Twista was right by my side. You know what I'm saying? Him and his brother. So he pretty much seen what I seen and just word it and put it in word form for me, so I can be able to spit the lyrics the way I needed to. And he had to make sure he put them in word form where I was able to rap like that, because it's not easy to rap like that. You got to have your syllables and everything and play and everything. So he made it sure it was real easy for me to do what I needed to do, and he put it all together. It's a true story, you know what I'm saying, about my old man passing. So it's real touching, it's real deep to me.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, man, my sincere condolences pertaining to that matter, man. It's never easy losing somebody like that. But now that we know that as fans and listeners, going back and actually thinking about when I heard that track, man, you could really hear the emotion in that song, man.
Oh yeah, it touched me real. It touched me real hard. I actually get tears. You know what I'm saying? I get a little choked up every time I hear it. And it's still right now today, I still get a little choked up when I hear it, because it was so true and so deep to my heart, you know what I'm saying, with my family and everything, and about him just being right by my side doing the whole thing. It touches me and him in a whole nother space that people wouldn't understand.
And also as well, man, I have to ask, just pertaining to that record one last time, man, is that record still available to be streamed or purchased today? Because I do know that is considered a classic hip-hop record.
Oh, yeah. It's still out there for everybody to go check out. You know what I'm saying? Corrupt World, Twista and Beehive, Adrenaline Rush. Oh, yeah, it's out there.
And also as well, jumping ahead in the timeline a little bit, in the year 2016, you actually had the opportunity to collaborate with the legendary duo Grits to release this song titled Want Me. I was wondering, how did yourself and Grits get connected? And of course, what was it like just working with them and collaborating with them in the studio?
Oh, yeah, me and Grits, Grits was signed to GMG as a writer, so Twista signed him, and just doing that whole aura, me and him just got real close, doing what me and him do, and I felt like, and he felt the same way, that we both enhance each other on each other's craft. I'm like, man, you make me sound good, I make you sound good, let's just continue to do what we do. And we would just be in the studio day and night, just coming up with ideas, for, for me and him, because, he had this stuff going on with Twista, but when me and him did stuff together, it was real crazy, and it gravitated to people more. It's like, man, you and him need to work more. So that's what we've been doing lately, working more with each other.
And I gotta say as well, man, it must have been so surreal just being able to work with them, man. I remember that joint they brought out years ago, My Life Be Like, man. I don't care what year it is, man. Whenever you listen to that song, it still feels like it just came out yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I'm a little bit before my time, so that's why I still got a lot of older music that still will gravitate towards the crowd today, because I held a lot in. I did a lot of homework by studying a lot of the artists and seeing what they was doing. But I also like, man, I got this whole sound, man, that that I could do on my own, that I need people to hear. You know what I'm saying? And then when I came out with It's My Life, I was talking about the whole drug rehab thing that I went through and everything. And it was a true story how I came in and came out and conquered everything.
And I gotta say, man, that is definitely a hard thing to actually get through and accomplish, man. So definitely congratulations on that sobriety.
Oh, yeah, thank you, man. 22 years clean, man. It was rough in the beginning, but, God made a way for me to push through it, So my kids, and everything, I just kept going, because I know I'm destined to be on that stage performing. I'm a performer before I'm anything, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a father, so the image that I want to portray towards my kids, I got to make sure it's good.
And also as well, man, February of 2020, you actually had the opportunity to be featured on Glace Conway and Big Truck's record titled City of Dreams. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this project, and of course, how did you guys originally get connected? Because I know you guys are all from Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, Big Truck, saying that's one of my big brothers. I mean, that's one of my little brothers. He a big guy, so of course you're gonna say big, but But I'm the OG. You know what I'm saying? He reached out to me. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted me to, get on the song and intro his whole album for him. And I'm like, it's no problem. Because I love doing what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's an artist coming out of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That look up to me. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm very humble. I always been in the background. I let Twista do his thing. You know what I'm saying? I just played my part. You know what I'm saying? But people still look like, no, you've been there since the beginning. You a legend too. So I'm like, okay, well, shit, much love. Let's do it. So I get excited when people ask me to do stuff on my legendary status. I'll be like a little kid in the candy store. So like, man, come on, let's do it.
And I gotta say as well, man, you can never go wrong with Glaze Conway and Big Truck, man. Two phenomenal Chi-Town artists, in my personal opinion.
Oh yeah. I ain't got a chance to connect with Glaze Conway a little bit, but we all about to start vibing with each other. Because Big Truck, he the one introduced me. You know what I'm saying, and asked me to be on the record. You know what I'm saying, because it's his record. So and he do a lot of stuff with my brother Lebowski. You know what I'm saying, that was features on Tech 9 album. So they do a lot of stuff. So, and then, every time we go out in the city or at a big event or whatever, they always there supporting. So I always wanted to support people that support us.
And the one thing I gotta ask you, man, because I do know in a way this is kind of a generic question. I don't normally ask generic questions, but just hearing your story and being able to share all the hardships and everything you went through, man, I have to ask, man, because we have a lot of underground and independent artists that really do listen to this station and listen to the past interviews and whatnot. I was wondering, man, what is some great advice you can give some of these up and coming artists, man, that actually kind of wanna come up in the industry but do it the right way?
All I can say is, because in '91 when me and Twista came out, wasn't no internet. Use the internet, use all your social sites to the best of your ability, because they pretty much free. You know what I'm saying? We had to pay for everything. We had to go every place. We had to fly every place. Chicago was in the middle. So it was like Twista said back in the day, when you in LA and New York, you have to you can walk to the label. But when you're in Chicago in the middle, you got to fly. So a lot of artists weren't able to fly and to go to these labels back in the day. Like, you can just get on the internet right now, and the labels will be looking at you. You ain't got to leave your house. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is to the artists today, use that internet because it's there for you to use. If your music good enough, you know what I'm saying, and your fan base good enough, your numbers doing good, the labels actually they'll come to you. But my thing is, stay humble. Me and Twista stay humble all these years, no matter what. Stay humble.
And I gotta say, man, that's definitely some phenomenal advice, man, because, like, back in the day, you are right, you really had to, like, travel, fly, or even take a train, or depending where the label is, you really had to travel, man, for just to be turned down or not even let in the building, or, at worst, kicked out of the building.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And who wants to go all the way across country and not be let in someplace? People have done it before. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, fly all the way to go to Jive Records or, a Capitol Records or something like that, and they get stopped, in the lobby, and they're like, man, I done came all the way out for nothing, and these people won't see. You know what I'm saying? So it's different now with the internet. You can show your whole talent. You can show everything that you got going on.
And also as well, man, immediately following this interview, I'm going to be playing actually one of your songs that you actually dropped on August 5th of 2021, so just this past summer, titled What We Doing. I was wondering, man, what is the creative process behind this song? And of course, if the listeners haven't already had the opportunity to listen to this song, what can they expect from it when I play it here, live on the FM dial momentarily?
Good music, good vibes, having fun. Actually, Grit is the one that made the beat. So he went from singing and being on my song to actually producing my song. So me and him got a whole new rebirth going on right now. Because I think I'm going to call my album, whatever I put out, I'm going to call it The Rebirth, because me and him is doing something completely different. Not only is he singing on my hooks and everything, he's actually making my music. So, and we real proud of what we doing, because it's a good vibe song. good feelings, good music, nothing negative. Let's just have some fun. Let's just park, and just vibe out.
And I gotta say as well, it definitely is a phenomenal joint, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing it here momentarily, man. But I gotta ask you, what is next for yourself, man? Do you have any concerts coming up with Twista? Any new projects? Anything else we happen to miss that you still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the Canadian FM dial here this evening.
I'm gonna be pushing a lot of singles out there. You know what I'm saying? I just had surgery done to my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to go through some things. So I can't perform right now. You know what I'm saying? Even when you hear me talk right now, I sound a little funny because they have to take all my teeth out to make sure they get to a disease that wouldn't affect my heart. You can live all your life and not really realize that your health is very important. You would not realize that your teeth and your mouth can trigger a lot of illnesses in your body if you're not taking care of them the right way. So with the grace of God, I was able to catch a disease that was in my mouth, under my gums, that I had no idea what was going on. And now I'm just healing and getting better. And in a few months, I give it a few months, my mouth will be healed up. I'll be back doing what I need to do for myself and for my partner. But right now, my health is more involved and it's more important. I should say my health is more important because I have to be here for my kids and my wife, you know what I'm saying? So it's about family and taking care of health. Everything else will come along once you take care of your health.
And I gotta say, man, I definitely agree with that, man. Like they always say, your health is definitely bliss, man. So that definitely comes first.
Oh yeah, and that's something hard for me to even talk about. But you know what I'm saying. But I don't. If people ever interview me, they'll know that okay, when B-Hype talks, he's not gonna hold nothing back. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of they not gonna tell you that they had disease in their mouth and all this stuff going on. No, I want the fans and everybody to listen and know that it's real life things be going on with us artists as well. You know what I'm saying? Don't see what you see on the TV and the jury, the mud, all this stuff you see. No, we actually go through real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just as normal as the next man. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been clean 22 years, going through this stuff with my mouth, all this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also I'm getting older in life where I need to pay attention to more of this stuff because when you're young, you performing, you're all around the country, you're smoking all this weed, drinking all this alcohol, you're really not paying attention to your health the way you need to because you're doing so much stuff. Music awards, recording, videos. There's so much goes on behind the scenes that people don't understand that, like, wait a minute, we need to slow down. If I don't take care of my health and take care of these things that I take care of, I'm going to be a legend, all right, but right now I'm a living legend. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a legend that's gone. You know what I'm saying? I still want to be here. I'm still here, able to give people the realness. So my single, What We Doing, is a rebirth to everybody to realize, like, okay, all these artists coming out, they're using the auto-tune and everything from the Lil Babies and the Lil Durks, all this is beautiful. But, man, I had this idea in my head 25 years ago. And the only reason why I didn't do it 25 years ago, because I was around Twista and the Masters, Ill State, you know what I'm saying, a lot of groups from Chicago that was actually rappers. So they was actually lyricists. So I'm like, man, if I came out with this idea that I'm hearing in my head, they might laugh at me. So I just kept it to myself and just never did it. Which right now, today, I regret that I held it in because listen to what everybody doing. You know what I'm saying? The idea I had 25 years ago, everybody doing it now. And I'm like, wow, it's crazy.
But also, this is the time in the interview, man, that I give a chance for the individual that does slide into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to give, like, shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, but most of all, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything. Be Hype if they're not already doing so.
That's right. My IG is TheVerbal, TheBerbal, TheVerbal. You know, my Twitter is TheVerbal. You know what I'm saying? Just follow me on them 2 social sites, and you'll see me on my Facebook and the TikTok. Cause you know, I don't really be on the TikTok like that, but I still have it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be doing so much work, and I am not gonna lie. This new generation, they make you have to keep up with everything that's going on. It's just so many apps out here, music-wise, that everybody's adapting to that, man, you got to try to keep up. And sometimes it's just, for the OGs, it's hard for us to keep up with everything that the younger generation is doing now today. You know what I'm saying? We might have it, but we don't be on it as much as we should be. Like, even with my IG, I should have way more followers or be more live active on there, but I'm from the old school era to the point where I just don't be on there like that, which I should be. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, my time's gonna come. So I'm on my IG is TheVerbal, my Twitter is TheVerbal. You know, Be Hype TheVerbal is my Gmail. You know, so but if you hit me on my IG, you pretty much get a hold of me because I'm hands on with my own stuff. I talk to people. There's nobody else working my site but me.
And I gotta say as well, man, first and foremost, thank you so much, Be Hype, for actually just giving us a bit of your time here this evening and sliding into the 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM airwaves, man. It definitely was an honor and most definitely a privilege, man. And hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon, man. It truly was an honor.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, trying to make sure I'm able to make sure the background sorted everything, man, because I need to come over there and rock, you know what I'm saying, and turn out. You know, Twista came over there a few times, you know, but I want people to see Be Hype TheVerbal, me as an artist, not just me as a hype man. Because if I'm good at being a hype man, if people don't know, I'm the second longest running hype man in the business besides Flavor Flav. It's Flavor Flav, it's me, then it's Split Star. And I'm very proud of that because that's what I put my heart into performing. So if I'm a good hype man, just imagine what I'm going to do when I'm up there doing my own thing. It's amazing. I love it.
I got to say, when you come to Canada, man, we're going to make sure we have the fire extinguishers on deck, man, because you already know you're going to set some flames off on that stage.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do best. If I don't know nothing else, I know the stage.
But I gotta say, Be Hype, again, thank you so much, man, for just giving us a bit of your time. And of course, man, have yourself a wonderful night out there in Chicago, man. We definitely shall talk soon.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for the love, man. I'm honored and privileged for this, man. You know, shout out to the whole Chicago. You know, it's a lot of killing and everything going on. So we just trying to make sure all the shorties stop doing all this senseless killing. You know, we got to find them something to do. You know, we got to find the kids something to do so they just stop picking up these guns and they shooting and they just shooting all over the place, you know, and they hit innocent bystander people in their houses getting hit. It's so crazy here right now, but, you know, we going to make a way. God going to make a way.
I got to say, I definitely agree with that. I really do, man. Thank you so much, Hype, and we definitely shall talk soon, man. Have yourself a wonderful night, and definitely enjoy the rest of the night out there in Chicago as well.
Okay, same to you guys, man. I love you guys. Appreciate it. Anything y'all need, I'm right here. I'm a phone call and a text away. Hit me up. Love.
Hey, man, the same goes for you as well, man.
Okay, Chuck.